Don't mind the dust and dirt. It's just chickens piling up in here. Crap, how did you get in there, dear? Can you get out? Are you capable of getting out? Did you get back in there on purpose? I heard a chicken yesterday and I thought it was just me hearing. This keep poop off. I can hear chickens through there and I kept hearing a chicken yesterday. That makes me angry that I didn't check further. I'm sorry, honey, I'll get you out of there. Well, she's definitely a little light. She's got a little poop on her butt because she's just been stuck in that hole. How'd you even get in there? Here, I don't want to drop you because I don't want you to... There you go. Go get some water. All right. We'll keep an eye on her. All right, well, dagnabbit. I'm glad she lived. She's the one right here on top getting a big old drink of nice, fresh, clean water. While the other chickens drink out of the mud puddle, I don't understand. I never have. This is my brooder. Oh, man. Breeding goats versus chicken fence. So, if you guys don't know, if you're new, this is my chicken brooder. When we have new chickens on the farm, I will put this inside the chicken house there. And that allows me to have a nice large floor surface. Top that opens that chickens can't get in, the big chickens can't get in. Essentially, this keeps all the little chickens safe until they're big enough to enter Gen Pop with the rest of the chickens. No, I've never been to jail. I don't know why I say Gen Pop, but anyway, for you noobs. But we had the goats over here. There's a little goat house right there. We had the goats over here breeding for spring breeding for fall, and they decided to have a go at this. They've knocked out all three sides. So this little girl, I don't know how she got herself wedged between. She had to have just crawled up in there and then just couldn't go any further forward and couldn't come backwards. And I feel horrible. What's up, Big C? You got a little limp going on there, guy? Give his foot a check. But I heard a chicken yesterday, and I actually went, I looked all around. Finnegan this morning was actually crawling up in behind her so I could see where he was going. And I heard the same noise again this morning. And I actually checked this coop out yesterday. I checked out the other side of this barn is the basically like a tool shed. But I kept hearing her chattering, so I checked everywhere in there. Apparently not everywhere because I didn't find her. And then I checked the tool shed and she wasn't in there, and nobody was in here in a weird place. So she was stuck there all day yesterday. And boy, it was hot too. Man, I just feel, I hate when I'm not more thorough and an animal suffers. To be fair, you're 50% responsible, ma'am. Goodness. What is up, guys? Welcome back. Let's get the babies out first, and then we'll get them introduced to their... Hi! Good jump, buddy. Get them introduced to their mamas. Ready, babies? And Tiny Herc throwing up the rear. Hurry up, Tiny Herc. Don't go back in. Nobody go back in. Oh, you guys spilled your water? All right. These things happen. Okay, we know we got to get these babies out the door before they either A, tear it down, or B, well, they'll just become very aggressively loud. All right. It's like a sea of babies. It's like a wave. Baby mama tsunami. Go get your mama, bub. Oh yeah. Sparkle Mom was still on the stand eating. Tiny Herc's like, nah, I'll just go ahead and search these dishes for extra foods. Bubba, there's no water in there either, man. Papa is slacking big time. Y'all, it has been crazy. I know I missed a video yesterday. I could not. I have so much soap to make. 3-day week last week with the 4-day show, plus Etsy restock, which requires packing and shipping of all the orders. A couple hundred orders there, packed and shipped. I showed that a couple times, and every time I do, some moron zooms in and, you know, tries to look for names and addresses on labels, no matter how well I try to cover that up. Anyway, so I don't do that anymore. But yeah, I got in the weeds big time. I said that once, and somebody questioned what that meant. I always forget that. Good morning, President Snow. Nope, not you. Mr. Marlin. Mr. Zeus. Mr. President, sir. Nope, nope, nope. Miss Gucci Goat. No goats for you. Being in the weeds means you're overwhelmed by work or circumstance. And I always forget that we're worldwide and not everybody uses or is familiar with the same kind of, what do they call it? Anyway, phrases. So, okay, careful. We don't want anybody to get hurt, please. Goodness. It's like this every day, y'all. If you're not here every day watching, it's literally like this every day. It's Pandalarium, which is a nice redneck Jeff Foxworthy word. I left, Sparkle Mom was up there eating. She still had a little bit of grain. It's not even grain, honestly. It's literally alfalfa dust in the bottom of the dish there. But you know, it's like a pack of dogs on a 3-legged cat over here. I'll get you guys watered. So yesterday was literally, I came over here, I fed everybody, I let everybody out. I didn't even milk. Went back to the house. Made soap from like 11 to 7. I had to... You guys are ridiculous. They've all been fed, FYI. Every goat ever. If you have goats, you know, feel free to jump in the comments and say, yeah. They always think they're starving to death. You could feed them a 50-pound bag of food and they'd still do this situation. You guys are goofy. Ate dinner, and then my biggest problem that I've been having is I shot 2 full soap videos, and they're about 45 minutes a piece of actual video time. And that's clogged my phone up pretty bad. You have to have, since I do everything on my phone, you have to have, I might just buy another phone and use that just for editing or shooting videos and uploading videos. But you have to have enough space to not only, say you already have 45 minutes of video on your phone, and then you edit that down to say 20 or 25 minutes. I've got about 90 minutes of video on my phone, which is a ton of gigabytes. And then you edit that down to say 25 minutes. Now you have 90 minutes of shot video and 25 minutes of edited video on your phone. So you really have to have enough space to deal with, to be able to put all that information back on your phone before you can upload it. And so I've really been struggling with, hi Tiny Herc, not Tiny Herc. I am struggling with Tiny Herc, but I will talk to PK about that because I don't, even though he is at age that he could be banded, and he's going to be banded, this is not a dwarfism gene. Nigerian dwarf goats, even though dwarf is in their name, dwarf just meaning small, they are not affected by the dwarf gene. They actually have been bred down to this size. And so part of their name, and I don't know why, like you think of the pygmy goat. Were the pygmy people smaller people? Is that maybe why they're considered, or is it just regional? I don't know. I hope that's not offensive. I'm literally asking the question. I don't know. But I do know that the Nigerian dwarf is not affected in any way by the dwarfism gene. I did not know that, and I had to research that a long time ago. And so he is not, there's no genetic reason from a dwarfism perspective that he's small. And given that, he would not fit within the breed standard. And also, while he's adorable and he's small, and if you bred him, he might produce small babies. If you guys don't know, when you're trying to breed down, you take big doe, small buck. You don't ever want to, you don't want to breed a small doe to a huge buck, because you're going to potentially cause risk of mom and baby dying. If you put that, if that buck, you breed that big buck to the small doe, and that baby is the size of the big buck, then you're going to have birthing problems. Nice poop, Mr. Zorro. Looks good. So you always want to breed, you never want to breed any, within reason, of course, but you don't want to breed, you always want the mom to be the bigger of the two breeding pairs. So that worst case scenario, that baby is the same size as mom, and she should have a normal birth. So I'm concerned, and I think PK will be okay with going ahead and picking him up here in a few days. And worst case scenario, I just drive up there when he's bigger, and I band him, and we can play that out. We can talk through that scenario, and I'll talk that out with her. I hope I'm not putting you on the spot, PK, since I haven't talked it out with you yet. But that's kind of the vibe I'm getting with him. Outside of that, we've got a little bit of, you know, we got some poop situations going on. A couple poopy girls. Gotten that solved. It's not, I know I bring you guys every day, and I know at least one of you in this group is familiar with dealing with children. And you either teach kindergarten, first grade, second grade, third grade. It's, from your guys' perspective, oh, this guy always has a sick goat. Well, if you've ever seen a kindergarten class, 25 kids, what was that? They have pushed that dish clear out here trying to eat out of it still. You're always going to have one sick. And we are at 42 or 44 goats right now. 18 of those being babies. So when you're at, if you take a group of 50 people in any situation, you're always going to have someone who is not feeling well. It's just a numbers game. And the fact that we have, I think, one adult and possibly one baby. I saw some poop that came from a baby. I'm going to have to find them when I'm done here. There he is right there, Castor. Well, that looks like it was wet poop. Okay, but it looks dry, so like he had it, but he's gotten through it. So to have one adult and one baby out of near 50 goats have either a worm issue or a poop issue, not a big deal. That's actually pretty good numbers. We've had worse years, I can tell you that. I want to show you guys, I have thwarted the mighty Zeus from his escape attempts. We had 0 escapes yesterday. Are you girls going to come with me or no? Miss Cookie? Anybody? Nobody? Nothing? Sugar pie? I'm going to walk you guys. It's all the way down, so I'll turn the camera off, walk all the way down there, and then I'll turn it back on and show you guys. Well, let me put my boots in four-wheel drive here, because the creek is not super deep. It's deeper than my boots being rolled down. It's hot, y'all. It's hot and it's humid, and I roll my boots down. That little turd face, Mr. Zeus, the mighty. If you guys can see, you see these loops right here? I made this a flapper so that when the creek rises, this piece of fence will swing up all the way up to here. So it's good 2 feet above creek level. It'll swing up and just go with the flow of the water, but also swing back down and keep the goats trapped. But there's a tiny ledge right here And I saw hoof prints on it yesterday or the day before. You can see one right there where he stepped. So he was sneaking through. Let me show you. There's a little bit right there, and I think he was getting down. You can even see where it's muddy right here is where he was stepping down there. I think he was just stepping through, pushing that fence. Yep, there's hair right there. Little tiny Zeus hair right there. So he was just slipping through here, walking along this bank, getting up and going out that way. Because y'all trust me when I tell you that I have checked every linear inch of this fence, every possible scenario where he could have come or gone. And I was almost settled on, get out of the creek there, I was almost settled on him somehow actually jumping over the fence, even though he's very short. But I have that solved. He did not get out, not one single time yesterday. We'll continue to watch him today. But again, I have just a monstrous amount of work to get done. And so I'm gonna go take care of that. I got some videos cleared out of my phone so I can shoot video for you guys. And I hope you enjoy this. What's up, tiny Herc? Someday you'll be as big as your brothers. That little guy should be that size. But he's not. But he's more awesome than both of you put together. Although you're pretty.